So recently I made a video about upgrading a keyboard, and I used this really cheap keyboard from Amazon and all that stuff, right? And for lubing the black switches, instead of doing normal lubing, I did spray lubing. So this video I want to talk about spray lubing and should you do it. Before we get started, I'd like to say thank you guys for over 100 subscribers. The channel is growing way more than it did in the past few years. So I'd like to thank you guys for 100 subscribers, and I hope this channel can keep growing. So when you're building a mechanical keyboard, most people lube their switches, and the most common way to do it is to take the switch, take it apart, and lube each individual part with a brush. Lubing just makes your switch feel and sound a lot nicer. But in the past year, a new way of lubing your switches has become more and more popular, which is spray lubing, of course. So there are these cans of spray lube you can buy from Super Lube, and what you literally do is you just spray the lube into the switch. You don't have to take the switch out or anything, you just spray. So it's a lot more convenient, and it's also a lot quicker. So normal lubing for me, it probably took about 2 hours, maybe 1, and spray lubing, it took me just about 15 minutes. So a lot more quick. So spray lubing sounds like the best thing ever, but I do have a couple of problems with it. So at the end of this video, you're gonna get my opinion on if you should do it or not. Since you're spraying directly into the switch when it's already mounted on the keyboard, you run the risk of damaging something in the keyboard, like the PCB. It's pretty easy to accidentally overspray with these cans of Super Lube, so it's something to be careful of. It's not a really big problem, and it's not that common, but it is something to know. It's also hard to control how much lube you're actually spraying into the switch. Like I said earlier, it's easy to accidentally overspray, so when you're done, the lubing is not as efficient as normal lubing, and spray lubing is also a lot more messy. It's also harder to lubricate each part of the switch. For example, when I did my upgrading a cheap keyboard video, there was a lot of spring noise before I did the mods, but after I did the mods and spray lubed it, there was still a little bit of spring noise. So the lube didn't get the springs quite as much. And finally, Super Lube is not the greatest lube for a mechanical keyboard. Don't get me wrong, Super Lube is not a bad lube by any means. It's good for people getting into the hobby, but there are definitely better lubes out there, like Krytox and Tribrosis. So overall, what do I think of spray lubing? If it's done properly, it can turn out to be very good. But if you're building a keyboard entirely by yourself, I wouldn't recommend it. People pay a lot of money in the keyboard community for keyboards, and you don't want to run the risk of damaging anything. However, if you have a mechanical keyboard that is pre-built, you can definitely try spray lubing. It's quick, it's easy, and a lot of the time, mechanical keyboards that are pre-built have switches that are soldered on, and it's a lot more annoying to take them off. So that's it for this video, guys. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and of course, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.